With blood and rage of crimson red, ripped from a corpse so freshly dead, together with our hellish hate, we'll burn you all. That is your fate.
This is Red Lantern Russell from
Tomes of Evil,
and you're listening to Sector 2814, a Green Lantern podcast.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to make sure you know all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on all new episodes of Wade's World, Boob Windows and Long Boxes, our Hard R movie reviews, and so much more, all completely uncensored. Access starts for as little as $1 a month, full videos when you pledge $3 a month. Check us out at the link in all of our show notes, or just go straight to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luke of Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
no evil shall escape my sight,
but those who worship evil's might.
Beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me as always, Master of the Core, it is.
I am Will.
And Master of the Easy Living in the Easy Chair, it is.
Oh, it ain't easy, but I'm Matt. Hey.
It ain't easy.
I thought that was the thinking chair.
I'm thinking how not easy this is.
Thinking chairs in the bathroom. Alright, so today we'll be covering Guy Gardner 22 and 23. I figure we'll get those out of the way first. And then Green Lantern 51. Somebody's first day on the job.
Yeah, I noticed the background has changed to
Kyle
perhaps
Rayner.
Represent that.
A new era.
Oh, hey, before we get to any of the news, I thought I'd show you the Funko Pops I got on sale this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Dr. Fate.
Oh, cool.
All right, I have my eye on this one in many places, but I finally pulled the trigger and got it today. 90s Professor Hulk with the bunny slippers.
Oh,
Nice.
See? He's bigger than like your average Funko.
Uh-huh.
wow. Is it bigger box or just take up?
Yeah, it
more
was a
space
bigger
in the
box, yeah. Just a little bit bigger, but yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like a bobblehead, too.
Yeah, it is a bobblehead, yes. So, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pull the trigger on those that Green Lantern 3-pack if it's still available, I think. And I've got to find me a Hal Jordan one of these days. I don't know.
Oh, that one Lilith was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, Lilith Hellfire, what the Funko? Where's our feedback? Nah, she's busy building us Capes and Lunatics website. So.
And yeah, I think I asked you in chat. We're all breathlessly awaiting, sightings of the Quasar action figure that's supposed to be at Walgreens.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think was it the Canada? Did they release it in Canada or something? But
maybe.
Yeah, as far as I know, I mean, I check the Walgreens site all the time. There's like we don't know what's a Quasar.
Yeah, the Walgreens site is not good.
No,
I mean, first of all, you can only search manually the Walgreens near you.
Yeah,
and even if you put in Marvel, it just a small selection of things come up, and I don't know how accurate it is. So
yeah, I usually just try to search Quasar, and it's like, what's that?
Yeah, I think there was some chatter in the Mark Gruenwald Facebook group, Gruenwald's groupies, join now, about one of the regular contributors bought one on eBay, and he was telling me he kind of justified the money that he would be spending on gas driving to various Walgreens in the area, and so there you have it.
Sounds like a man who got yelled at by his wife for spending too much on shipping.
Yeah,
perhaps.
But honey, the math works.
Yeah,
math.
Trust me,
can't argue with math.
Just say, trust me, kids. Everybody in this video has had that conversation with their wife. But the math works.
I'm saving money.
Yeah, I think we should tell Ray, because I think someone had it for sale in Australia.
Oh, how funny would that be?
Australian to U.S. shipping costs is a little hefty.
So I think he had somebody ship him that Moon Knight when it came out from here to over. It was either here or the UK to him. It'd be funny if it popped up in Australia first. But like, hey, can you ship us 3?
Well, and at this point, shipping from the U.S. to Australia is just...
Oh, yeah.
There is none. It's done. Stop. It's stopped.
Yeah.
I've been looking at it because of the Kickstarter for film that's coming up for me, and international shipping is just...
Oh, yeah.
It's just,
What the F?
Exactly.
Yeah. Fill out those big forms, even if you're sending it first class. Used to have to only fill out those big forms if it was over 4 pounds, but yeah, things have changed.
It was just a really nice package.
Okay, today was the day, since we're recording on a Wednesday, the finale, the season 1 finale of What If came out. Did either of you guys get the chance to watch it yet?
No, I think I missed last week's too, so
okay.
I'm a couple episodes behind.
Well, that's pretty good. It kind of like ties the rest of the season together.
Yeah, they make mention of other things, like it's all happening in one timeline.
Oh, you'll see, but yeah, every episode at least gets a mention. I mean, some of them get more than others, but yeah.
Okay, cool.
That started. I don't know. The Marvel Zombies episode. I'm not a big zombie fan, so that one was kind of
Yeah.
And then the next one with Tony Stark and Killmonger was just like, it didn't do much for me. I mean, it's beautiful animation. The story just kind of fell flat for me, but.
I love online. People are just like, man, at least half the episodes, man, they just like off Tony Stark. They're like, what's up? What's up with the Tony Stark hate, man? They're like almost every other episode they killing Tony Stark.
I mean, he died in the biggest movie, so you got to try to recapture that energy.
Mm-hmm. I guess this is like the last work of Chadwick Boseman is this season of What If, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I was already talking to Matt about this, Will, but you probably didn't see Venom this weekend, did you?
No, not yet.
Okay. Like I said, it's about the same quality as the first one, so however you felt about the first one, you'll probably feel about this second one.
Who's the star of that again?
Venom?
Woody Harrelson?
Well, yeah, he's Carnage. Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Yeah. I heard it described as tentacle porn with Tom Hardy. Somebody said, "Don't threaten me with a good time." I was like, okay.
I mean, couldn't you say that pretty much about any Venom story?
I don't think those are tentacles.
We love tentacles here.
I don't think those are tentacles.
Or
sparkly quantum tentacles.
Hope it's going somewhere nice. I hope it's going somewhere nice.
Well, no, I was going to say, listen to a young Matt Kona.
Sparkly quantum tentacles.
Before the world ground him down, man. Listen to a young Matt Kona in that clip.
That's those vocal cords. Something. It's a different guy.
But yeah, no, I mean Venom 2. I mean, I'm not going to tell you it's Shakespeare, but I mean, again, they kind of knew what they had because the movie's only like 94 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they're dragging it out for 2 hours or more. But so I mean, it's basically a punch 'em up. Woody Harrelson's good as Carnage. I'll say that. But
cool.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson steals the show. But like all the headlines are about the mid-credit scene. That's all I see people talking about, not the movie. So it's big. It's big. It's leading to something. Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to see that then.
Mm-hmm. That guy. So, anyone else been watching anything good, or?
I did. My wife started watching it, so I watched it with her. I watched that Korean Netflix show, The Squid Game.
Oh, is that any good?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It's disturbing, but it was all right. It was well made, I guess.
So watching it with your wife, huh?
Yeah.
All the Law and Order shows are back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know they went away.
Well, no, I mean, the new seasons came back.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Law and Order SVU's on its 22nd season or something.
Yeah, and CSI, it's still running. I think they're just like multiple CSIs, right?
Yeah, I don't watch those, but yeah, it seems like it. Yeah, if you have like weird alphabet in your name, yeah, it seems like, man, you'll go forever. Oh, and then the season premiere of SNL was this past Saturday. Well, what they say was like season 47 or something.
Oh wow!
Well, again, it's like
sounds right.
As long as you keep plugging in new people, I guess you can go forever. But.
Yeah. Any? Did you pick up any good comics today? Or it was a new comic book day, right?
Well, like I was saying, Amazing Spider-Man 75 came out. The return of Ben Reilly. And the fans rejoiced. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. And the fans rejoiced.
I love Ben Reilly.
Whatever. Ben Reilly, Spider-Man's clone. He's the guy. He's got a sweatshirt. Yeah, that's how you know he's different. And he's a blonde hair.
I've heard a couple of guys might have a podcast maybe devoted to him. I don't know who that would be, though.
Well, yes. Well, me and Lil talk the Ultimate Spider Cast on Capes and Lunatics, and then the last week of every month, yes, myself, Matt Kona there, and a certain plucky Australian talks on Ben Reilly. So the old stuff, but I have a feeling we're going to talk Amazing Spider-Man. So because man, talk about wives, man. I think Ray's woman is probably going to be ready to kill me because I mentioned, Ben Reilly was coming back to Spider-Man, and Ray's like, I don't have to put that on my pull list. So this woman's probably down there like, man, more comics?
Whoa, that's pretty damn big.
Let me see. I'm trying to think of what came out today. If I just look at my list. Yeah, that's the thing. I almost didn't get my Marvel comics this week because I know last week the guy at my shop, he's like, yeah, I don't know if they're going to be in next week. He's like, because I think he must have switched to that Penguin.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
Penguin Random House.
Yeah, for his Marvel stuff, and he was like, yeah, I don't know if they're going to be in, but they actually showed up. But that's the other thing. I saw people complaining all over the internet stores because it's like they were either missing stuff or like there was damage because I guess Penguin was using like really thin boxes,
Oh, yeah.
That's what my guy was saying. He's like, inside the box, there's only one pad on the bottom of the box. And he's like, at least put one on top, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, I think all over the internet, people were complaining about, getting stuff and then damaged and stuff. Because, like we were saying at the store, UPS basically plays soccer with everything.
Yeah.
But then,
the only comic books I've read recently were, I think I was telling you that I read those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin.
Oh, yeah.
I did read all 4. There's a 5th final one coming.
Yeah, I don't think it might not be till the beginning of next year because there's so many delays. But yeah, I keep meaning to get that.
Is that it? Yeah.
I keep waiting to get that. I might just wait for the trade, but I don't know. Lilith is reading that. She said it's really good.
Yeah, I like it.
Of course. Oh, of course. The big one came out this week.
Batman.
It's in the middle of Fear State.
Was it recently that there was like 15 Batmans come out on the same day or something?
Oh, I know. Lilith and I have been covering it. I know the one week. What were we at? It might have been like, I don't know about 15, but it might have been like 10 or 12 one week. I mean, counting like Harley Quinn, Catwoman, Nightwing. Yeah, I mean, because there's miniseries out now. There's the season 2 of the Batman: The Adventures Continue, which is like the based on the animated stuff. And
I was reading Batman the Detective.
Oh,
I think that I'm like waiting for the 5th one.
No, I think did the 5th one come out yet? No. Yeah,
maybe
there might be one that. No, wait.
No.
Yeah, I think there's one more part come out. So yeah, I forget. There's so many Bat books I can't remember.
Can't remember them all.
I know.
Yeah.
I told you, man, when Lilith and I last a couple weeks ago when we talked to Mark Wade, yeah, he said Batman is the fictional character who's had more stories written about him than any other character in history of the human race. Yeah. But you can believe it when you get like 20 books a week.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. I think I read, then what is it, November? They're doubling. I mean, pretty much half the DC's books coming out in November are either going to be a Bat book or Batman's going to appear in it, or...
They're doubling down.
I guess they're looking for whatever sells, and that's Batman seems to be what sells.
Batman.
Sorry, Ray. Batman sells.
I love Batman.
His least favorite drop. All right. Should we get to these issues?
Let's do it.
All right.
Sure.
Let's get the Guy Gardners out of the way. I have no synopses for these. I looked. There were none, so... Not even the Green Lantern issues, so...
Well, when Nazis riding dinosaurs showed up, I was just like, I'm just going to go with it. Let's just go with it.
Yeah.
What, Indiana Gardner?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sort of lean in that in the second issue for sure.
Yeah.
Here, I got the months and stuff, so here, I'll do this. Guy Gardner, Warrior 22, July 1994. Marauders of the Naba, Chapter 1, Road of Terror. Writer Bo Smith, penciler Mitch Bird, inker Dan Davis, colorist Stuart Chaffetz, letterer Albert de Guzman, and editor Eddie Berganza. All right, so... Yeah, like you said...
those are the people to blame for it.
Yes. And then, what's this, what's that creature's name? That orange thing. The 90s made, if the 90s was a character.
Melissa.
No, this guy.
That thing, yeah.
Was it not the Dominator. I guess he's like haunting Guy's dream in the beginning of this or something.
Mm-hmm.
Warrior, come back and play.
They don't use the word warrior enough in this issue, for my taste. I mean, it was only about 1,000 times, so I could have taken at least another 1,000.
So Guy wakes up in the hospital after last episode.
You guys are something's cutting it out. I couldn't hear it.
Okay, you might have been cut. But
oh my god, yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah, I just heard Will. But yes, the Water of the Warriors, warrior.
Yeah, he said. Yeah, they said war. Did they say warrior enough in this issue?
Mm-hmm. I think they're trying to rebrand. I'm just guessing, but I think they're trying to rebrand.
But yeah, like I said, after last episode, Guy wakes up in the hospital. What they say, he's been out for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Hey, Will, I know you hate what they did to Hal Jordan, man, but he's smacking like a big contingent of the Justice League around.
Yeah, apparently.
And what, this female doctor, is she hitting on a Guy?
Apparently.
But yeah, she's like, you've been out 3 weeks. The Justice League embassy has been destroyed. The city's been in a panic. Which... they kind of continue this hospital scene. I thought I remembered this. I looked it up. Green Lantern 88 from Green Arrow 88 from the same month. Oliver Queen's in New York. He gets knocked out during a mugging. He wakes up in the hospital and he's like, "What's that noise?" And of course, it's Guy leaving the hospital. I guess they're trying to stop him from leaving the hospital. So.
Nice.
So Guy's just walking out in a,
hospital gown.
Yeah. And, because Oliver Queen comes out. He's like, wait a minute. He's like, what happened? He's like, an ex-Green Ring colleague. He's like, what? And he gives him the quick synopsis. Yeah, Jordan wiped out most of the Corps and the Guardians. And he's like, yeah, Hal, the stable one. Coast City really rocked them.
Parallax. It's parallax.
I know. And now Oliver Queen's like, oh, maybe if I'd been there. And Guy says, hello, me and some of the other top muscle met him full bore. He shellacked us, barely raised a sweat. You'd be lobbing toothpicks at an elephant. He's like, gotta go. Jordan took my... He literally says, gotta go. Jordan took my powers. I'm getting more. And no offense, but bow and arrows just don't hack it. See ya. And he walks out. So
yeah, that perhaps foreshadowing 0 hour.
Oh yeah, definitely.
because doesn't Ollie shoot him with an arrow at the end of 0 Hour?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. He's got that circle on his chest, man. Perfect voice.
Yeah.
We'll get there in about 2 weeks, but yeah. So yeah, so that's. I didn't put that on the list because that's like 2 pages out of Green Arrow 88. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they actually show you Guy leaving the hospital. But then the next we see him in Guy Gardner 22. He's going down south.
Yeah.
I guess he heard about he goes to this bar.
Yeah, because he saw about this guy doing this expedition in the paper that the doctor handed him, right?
Yes. Man, he's really clutching at straws. This could have been just like a local legend. He's like, oh, powers. So I'm guessing he's like, yeah, Blue Beetle created armor is not going to help, cut it anymore, I guess.
So he's basically doing what Parallax is doing, looking for more power, right?
Yeah, but Guy's just trying to change himself. Hal's trying to change
everything.
Yeah.
That's right.
And Lord, and of course, it's the 90s, so he meets a scantily clad woman, and they basically put together a team.
Mm-hmm.
Who's this? Joey Hong, top of his class at MIT. Rita Muldoon, PhD in zoology, fitness expert. And Desmond Farr, basically a rich guy.
That can turn into a giant tiger dude, right?
Yes. He's great. I love Guy sitting there and oh my. So is he already have merch and stuff? Because he got a big Warriors hat,
Yeah, and he's wearing his shirt. Yeah, I guess so. I guess he's rich from early in the early part of the series.
What, all that gold the aliens gave him or whatever?
Yeah.
And wearing that eye patch.
Yeah, he's Nick Fury. Little Nick Fury, little Indiana Jones, a little the Punisher vibe with no powers, just
red hair,
guns. Yeah,
red hair, don't care.
So yeah, pouches of cable. There's a lot of derivatives happening.
Oh yeah. And yeah, I guess they're just sitting around drinking in this bar when, like Will said, a dinosaur shows up.
No, not just a dinosaur. A dinosaur being ridden by a Nazi.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I know. It's like they combined 2 Steven Spielberg movies into one: Jurassic Park and Schindler's List.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure that was their goal.
Hey, it was 94. Yeah. Come on.
And Indiana Jones. Yeah. 3. Wow.
3.
Yeah.
So yes, then Tiger Man transforms and attacks the dinosaur. Because kids, it is the 90s.
That's right.
Then the other guy drop kicks the Nazi. Yeah, so yeah, the next couple pages are just fighting dinosaurs.
Yeah, there's a T-Rex and some raptors, and yeah, it's just awesome.
And then what's his face? Joey Hong throws him some guns, and he's like Matt Cohn was saying, Guy Gardner the Punisher, man. Punching some dinosaurs. Oh Lord! And then the Nazi's a suicide bomber who blows up the bar.
Yeah.
And that's how the episode ends. We blow up the bar.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the majority of this issue, well, you could sum it up with, Guy wakes up in the hospital after getting beat down by Hal, and then the rest of the issue is just a joke. It's like Guy Gardner walks into a bar. Or a dinosaur walks into a bar. Crush the whole thing.
The art is nice. Mitch Bird, I think, is doing the art. Art is really nice.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, again, this is the first time I'd read this, too. Probably you too, Will. But I know, yeah. Matt Cohn, this had to have been your first time. What did you think?
Yeah. It was my first time. I don't know. I felt like it was a little bit... calling it all over the place is maybe an understatement. But I mean, it was dumb, fun escapism. And so I feel like I don't know where they're trying to put the Guy Gardner. I mean, where he is in the universe with what they want him to be, a new style of hero. But yeah, and he is sort of a sign of the times, and we keep falling back on the 90s, and he's embodying many aspects of it over and over again. So, good or bad, I don't know if it's gonna has much staying power. I mean, here we are analyzing it, in a way, but
and the series went on for another 22, 24 issues. So yeah, another 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he makes it to 40-some. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it must have been selling if they went to 40-some, but I think it was a combination of, it's like, okay, you guys can go whatever way you want with Guy Gardner now, just it can't be like ring stuff. So it's like it was them trying to find their way, and two, I don't know if they probably knew they were going to make the big change during 0 Hour. So it's like, yeah, you got two issues to basically spin your wheels and do whatever you want. So what do you want to do? Nazis riding dinosaurs.
And then we'll get into that in the next issue. Matt probably pegged it the best. It was just big dumb fun. I mean, there's not a lot of there's not much subtlety here at all.
That should have been the tag at the top of the cover. Big dumb fun with Guy Gardner Warrior. All right. So do we want to get to the next one?
You bet.
Okay. And guys, don't worry. Next week, no Guy Gardner issues. So it's like, I think it's 2 Green Lanterns and 2 Dark Stars, but yeah, we'll tell them at the end.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Guy Gardner Warrior 23. Temple of Doom. I mean, Temple of Death. From August 1994. Same creative team. What's the title of this? Marauders of the Naba, Chapter 2. Oh my God. Marauders of the Naba, Chapter 2. Wet Dreams.
Well, they're after the water warriors, or warrior waters, or whatever it's called.
I mean, and it is, and that one woman is in those Daisy Duke shorts. So.
And she's actually everybody's like a shapeshifter in this too, right?
Yeah, some scantily clad natives too. Yeah,
I feel a theme. Perhaps it's being a little bit subtle about what's going to happen to Guy Gardner when he does something ridiculous at the end of this issue.
But yes, as we flash back a little bit to see everyone basically, except for the Nazi, jumped down and went into the basement as the bomb went off.
Mm-hmm.
So you see one of the Nazis reporting back to their leader. Let them lead you to the water of the warriors, then bring its secrets to me. So yeah, a lot of this is basically going through the jungles and avoiding traps and yes,
and fighting.
Yes. What's her name? Esperanza is yes, a shapeshifter, as you said. But yeah, kids, this isn't your typical Guy Gardner 2 issues. Giant snakes, little Tiger Man,
band of Amazonian type warriors that show up.
Oh yeah, that's right, kids. It's the 90s, so scantily clad women in the jungle.
And apparently, Guy is their promised warrior something. I'm sure it gets explained later. I hope it does anyway.
It's the 90s in a jungle, scantily clad women. It's quite the savage land.
Don't go rogue on us now. You're welcome.
I was trying to come up with a Jim Lee joke, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they what is this? They detonate the snake man, the big giant snake.
No, he drinks the water.
Oh yeah.
He chose poorly, to quote Indiana Jones.
Nazis, I hate those guys.
I hate those guys.
Oh my God! Wait for Indiana Jones 5. Indiana Jones in the nursing home.
Yeah, he can. The really annoying thing is he could still fight Nazis today.
I know. Oh my God! But it's like I think they on that note. I mean, I think they had to shut down shooting that movie for a while because didn't he hurt his shoulder? He hurt something. It's like isn't the dude isn't Harrison Ford what in his 70s or 80s?
I don't know. I'll look that up while we continue.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, he shouldn't be doing action movies. They should have did this 20 years ago. Come on. Is that dinosaur wearing Nazi headphones?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Good question.
I did not see that coming.
I was waiting for him to say I didn't hear that coming.
He is 79 years old. He was born July 13th, 1942.
Speaking of Nazis, he was alive back then.
Yeah. I mean, like he was 3 at the end of World War II.
Yeah, but still, I mean, technically. So yeah, they find the temple, and of course, a drawing that looks remarkably like Guy Gardner. So wait a minute. So whatever ancients created this prophecy, did they see Emerald Twilight come in? Because otherwise, Guy wouldn't.
I don't know. We may have to read the rest of the Guy Gardner series to find out.
The ancient prophecy says a warrior will come after being smacked down by his better.
That's right. It's better possessed by a fear entity. Yeah, there we go.
Yes. Okay, here's the panel of the 90s. I mean, yes, those Amazon women and dinosaurs with machine guns on them. That doesn't say the 90s to you kids. Scantily clad women and dinosaurs with guns strapped to them.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just need someone with a mullet, and the 90s trifecta will be complete.
And we will have achieved peak 90s.
Let's Mercer. Well, let me fix my camera. I hate this. If I hold stuff up too close to that camera, man, it blurs my camera. Here we go. So what? Guy falls down a pit, and then who's that? He's the wrong color, but it kind of looks like Mongol, who we'll get to next.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get to that
next week. Calling him the promised one. Please pass and continue on. But yeah, it seems like he falls down a pit of sand and then gets shot up into something.
And then there's a bunch of water in a goblet or something there. And it's like, oh, okay, I'll just drink that.
Guy even mentions Indiana Jones. They know what they're doing. He's like, yeah. And if you thought Esperanza's clothes were skimpy before, wait till she shapeshifts and gets bigger.
Yeah.
So yeah, Guy drinks the stuff and comes out. It looks like he gets.
He grabs. He's he calls it an ancient Game Boy or something. I said, I'm going to take this with me. Okay.
And he drinks out of a skull.
Yeah.
And then it looks like he gets clobbered by a boulder, but it comes out in something that looks like red armor.
Mm-hmm.
You found the water? Yep. How'd it taste? Like General Glory's coffee. Bad. So, what? It's like a giant portal or something. But yeah, kind of.
Yeah, they mentioned 0 hour, so I'm wondering if there's time travel shenanigans. I just don't. Yeah, I'd never read these before, so I really don't
me
know
neither. So I think next issue is the 0 hour tie-in, because even the next issue it says 0 hour 4 3 2 Guy Gardner Warrior 24. So
yeah,
Yeah, I don't have it on the list, but yeah, Conan, if you want to...
Now, was it 24 or was it Guy Gardner Warrior 0?
Oh, I think Guy Gardner Warrior 24 comes next, and then there's Guy Gardner 0. Because after 0 Hour, they kind of did like 0 issues for everybody, and it was kind of like going into like origins, especially if like 0 Hour changed a few people's origins and stuff. So we'll see if it changes anything for Guy, because once again, I haven't read that one. But yeah, it's not on the list. But Conan, if you want to read the 0 Hour miniseries, they go backwards. It's 0 Hour 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, then 0.
That nothing says 90s like
0 issues.
0 issues and fun with numbering.
Yes, yes. I was surprised we didn't get an Alpha and Omega.
Yeah, numbering shenanigans.
But yeah, like we'll do like the Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, and Dark Star 0 issues when we get there, and the 0 Hour tie-ins. We'll just discuss 0 Hour because we don't get a ton of Green Lantern stuff, at least till the end, right, Will?
Yeah.
The mysterious mastermind. All right, so what did you guys think of this one? That good, huh? That good, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it didn't really. My opinion didn't really vary that much from the previous issue. I mean, it's sort of just kind of like it.
Big dumb fun.
It's just like it's throwing it into another gear, in terms of weirdness, and I never seen most of these characters before, so and you're seeing this new kind of version of Guy Gardner, but I don't know.
And once again, I don't know what this red armor is supposed to be, because by the end of 0 Hour, that's going to change too.
Yeah, it's shape-shifting stuff, I think. Maybe he shape-shifted that armor. I don't know. I mean, there were a lot of shape-shifters in these 2 issues, so
yeah.
I think isn't that what ultimately happens? He gets find out that this is Voldarian DNA or something.
I think, but like I said, I didn't read the actual Guy Gardner issues. I read 0 Hour, because I don't know if it was like if 0 Hour changed him or something. Yeah, because by the end of 0 Hour, it looks like he's like all tatted up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wonder how long it took them to decide on the direction, Yeah. So like, man, what are we going to do? Again, you got to decide on a look, on powers, because it's like, yeah, the rings are gone.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to keep Guy going somehow.
I know. Nazis riding dinosaurs.
Well, again, just to kill time till 0 Hour, Will. Come on.
I know. Big dumb fun. It was big dumb fun.
Big dumb.
And it looked great. The art team is awesome on this.
Oh,
really
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right, you guys want to get the Green Lantern 51?
Let's do it.
I know about Ian's, but I like this one a lot better.
Yeah.
Oh, and kids, you can start sending in your thoughts, Ray, Russell. Because, these are all in DC Universe Infinite now. Although I believe Ray said the Australians still don't have DC Universe Infinite, so.
It's a website.
I know. Like for a monthly fee. Oh, I'm sorry, Warner's, that you don't like money.
Yeah.
All right. Let me pull up the month and stuff. All right, Green Lantern Volume 3, number 51. Yeah, that's important to Will. May 1994. Changing the Guard by our new writer Ron Mars, penciler Daryl Banks, inker Romeo Tangle, colorist Steve Matson, letterer Albert de Guzman, and editor Kevin Dooley. I mean, I like the Mark Bright stuff, but yeah, I think Daryl Banks I like his stuff, his art better.
It looks more modern. I mean,
yeah,
you're right.
I mean, that's probably the point too, because they're like, new direction. We're trying to get the numbers up. Just. I
mean, Green Lantern, the book, from say, the 30s and the 40s of this series.
Yeah.
So once 51 hits, 51 looks like, a book that could almost, you could find on the stands today. It looks modern.
Yeah.
Whereas the other stuff it just looks old.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does. And so, I mean, there were a lot of good things that came about this thing that, Orville scarred me as a young one. But, it became a more modern looking book. The art looks great. I mean, the writing was, I have to say the writing was better Jones didn't seem to. I don't know if he ever really clicked with Hal. I mean, he did some interesting things with Guy, and he did some really interesting things with John, but I never really. The road back was probably the beginning was probably the best.
Yeah. Well, again, he had to split it. The book between first, he had to split them between the 3 Green Lanterns, and then once John and Guy got their own books, I think all the crossovers probably hurt it. Between Eclipso and Trinity,
Third Law, Trinity.
Trinity. Hey, how are we gonna fight? I don't know. We're gonna fight. I'll let you know next issue. We're gonna fight.
But and then we haven't got to it yet. But the ring having more of a gas tank as opposed to infinite power for just 24 hours, which Mark Waid wrote a funny little story in Green Lantern Quarterly about that.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that next week. Yeah, no time limit now. Wow. No yellow weakness. Yep. Wonder where that yellow weakness went.
I don't know.
A yellow entity, you say? All right. So.
I'm afraid I don't know.
Yeah, so if you had not read Emerald Twilight, kids, you just look at this cover. The all-new Green Lantern, it all begins here. Because didn't 50 say it all ends here?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and spoilers, that's his new costume, which he doesn't get till the last page.
I know.
Right, yeah.
Hey, man, I guess they got to bring you in. I mean, if they put the, like the costume he's wearing for most of this on the cover, you're probably like, it's the business as usual,
Yeah.
So, it opens up, Kyle's getting thrown through a lingerie shop window. So, yes, he's fighting some guy named Ohm.
Yeah, that's a good electricity pun name for a character we will almost certainly never see again.
Oh, so yes, kids. Kyle Rayner is new, and he's facing a shocking new villain. I love when I get Will to do the face palm.
Bravo.
So basically, Ohm is just some guy who stole this armor or took it from Star Labs. Because see, kids, unlike the Flash TV show, usually in the comics, Star Labs is usually the evil factory, right, Will?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, how many villains have come out of comic book Star Labs? I mean, this guy, Rampage. There's been a few. Was that where Parasite was a janitor, Star Labs?
I think so, wasn't he? And then the group that created Militia, weren't they kind of spun out of Star Labs too?
Maybe, yeah. And even in like a couple months ago, Bendis's Young Justice, there was like some evil scientist or two working out of Star Labs.
Bendis!
Speaking of evil. Oh my God. Did you see that announcement? I guess he didn't say if he accepted yet, but I guess that Substack made an offer to Bendis.
Oh.
And the internet was just like, oh, thank God, go already.
I do know that Kelly Thompson is on Substack as well. She writes Captain Marvel, Black Widow.
Nah, she's she's on the team doing the 3 times a month Spider-Man now.
Spider-Man, yep. Mm-hmm. So she's got a Substack that I think she's just started.
Yeah, but she's sticking at Marvel. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
You could do both. Why not?
Exactly.
That's like me and Lil's joke. It's like every time they say somebody at Marvel is leaving to go to Substack, we're like, oh God, that's like a 7th monthly book for Kelly Thompson to write again now.
Yeah.
I swear, between her and Jed McKay, man, they're writing like half of the Marvel books right now. I mean, they're good books, but they're writing a ton of them.
They've got to have a limit, right?
I'm like, man, they're going to kill her. So I guess Kyle hasn't doped out all the ring tricks yet because he basically just like tries to tackle Ohm and gets blasted away again. And then
we flash back, right?
Yeah, as Ohm's about to punch him. Yes, we flash back. I guess that night when he got the ring, he goes to see. I guess you could call her his on-again, off-again girlfriend.
Electric pun, nice.
Oh, I didn't even mean to. But don't get it too attached to Alexandra, kids.
Yeah.
But he wakes her up in the middle of the night. He's like, wait, He's like, wait do you hear what happened? She lets him in, then he's like, suits up. He's like, is this cool or what? And look at and she, talking about the face palm, you know, come on guys, we've all seen this from our wives. You gotta be kidding.
You gotta me.
I could just see if like Will walked into his house with a real power ring or like real quantum bands, his wife would be like, really?
Come on, no. Just turn around.
Bringing the conversation back around. How much were those?
Yeah.
Shipping was incredible. A blue guy just handed it to me. I didn't have to pay shipping.
Yeah.
She's like,
blue guy in a dress. That's what Kyle says, right?
Oh my god, that would have been funny. She would have been like, what were you doing in an alley with a blue guy in a dress? Oh, you know, he's from that group on OA, you know, the Blue Man group. Viva Lost OA. But she's like, what kind of, is this the stupidest stunt you've ever pulled? So we get, you know, for any of you who this might be your first issue, yeah, he basically goes over, yeah, some little blue guy in a red dress came in the alley and gave me this ring. Right, he gives me this ring, tells me to put it on, then disappears. Again, Ganthet, doesn't give him any information. He's just like, yeah, here, put this on. Yeah, bye. Literally, he's just like, here, you're going to have to put this on. Bye.
Now, doesn't that kind of get later retconned to be that Ganthet knew he was going after Kyle because Kyle is special in some way? Or?
I think so. And then they also retconned it. Didn't he go to Guy first, which makes no sense because he's in the jungle right now.
Yeah.
He was unconscious for 3 weeks, and he went to the jungles.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, I read ahead to, like, what was it, next week with the Dark Star stuff? We'll see John in Dark Stars next week. It's like, why wouldn't you just go to John and be like, here's a ring, you know?
Yeah, you made him a guardian.
And Will even says something about his guardian powers being gone next week. Well, I mean, we'll get there, but it's like, again, why don't you at least give him the ring? You have the last ring. Give it to John and be like, hey, you have experience. You know, you're our last hope. Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan Stewart. Yeah.
It works out okay for Kyle.
I know.
Yeah.
And again, in about 2 weeks, we'll find out where it's at. But he doesn't even tell him where his battery is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in 2 weeks. That's the upside of the 2 week, the episode in 2 weeks. The fridge episode. Yeah. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Lilith wants to join us for that one. So there'll be an extra person here to poo-poo on that one, kids. So, and then she's like, you're really not making the connection with Green Lantern? He's like, what? Not what? Who? Green Lantern, the hero. But yeah, basically like, yeah, he disappeared after the whole Coast City thing last month. And he's like, oh yeah, that guy, he's cool. He can fly and do stuff.
Look, I'm flying now.
And he's like, I'm going to be a hero. And she's like, you can't even hold down a job. He's like, come on. We have plans, remember? We can move to New York now. You could take the pictures of me. Boy, a girlfriend reporter. Man, this is unheard of territory, Ron Mars. No one had a reporter girlfriend. Superman. Flash.
And no one sold pictures of their, superhero identity to make ends meet.
Oh yeah, hey, Spider-Man, Spider-Man was the original man, king of the selfies.
Yeah.
Before the Kardashians, before any of them, there was Peter Parker, baby.
Taking selfies with a timer on his camera.
That's right.
And then developing the film.
I think it started with a timer, and then eventually, didn't he have like a sensor in his belts? Anytime he jumped in front of the camera, it snapped the picture. He's like, the only trick is I can't move too fast when I'm going past that camera. All right. So he's like, yeah, we can make it work, and he's like, I'll be a media darling.
Media darling.
So he's like, yeah, neither one of us is close to our family. We could just move to New York. And she says he can stay, but on the couch.
Yeah.
Because it's not at issue 54 yet. All right. So the next morning.
I mean, they seemed pretty tight when they were first introduced. you never got to see the breakup. But I mean, at first I thought maybe it was because he was out practicing his new Green Lantern stuff, but that clearly becomes evident to not be the case.
I think there was a little bit of friction because she went on a romantic date and he took her on a picnic at the beach, like probably maybe a mile or less from a radioactive crater.
Yeah.
That might have been the problem.
Yeah.
Isn't it romantic? But yeah, so she wakes him up the next day and she's like, come on, some nut in a suit of armor is tearing up her day of drive. So yes, he's getting dressed and they're driving down there. What's she saying? Yeah, apparently this guy stole the armor from Star Labs. Yeah, some kind of experimental electrical suit. Now he's trying to plug into the city's electrical system and siphon it off to power himself. Which he's literally doing on the next page.
Yeah.
He's basically punched a hole in the street and just grabbing on the wires. But then she tells him to stay put. It's like, wait a minute, do you want him to fight the guy or stay put? Because she's like, I'll shoot some pictures, then we'll get out of here. Yeah. She's like, I mean it, don't do anything stupid. He's like, come on, I'm Mr. Responsible now.
Apparently not.
Yeah, apparently not. He's like, no need to worry about me. So he's just sitting there thinking, I'm not doing anywhere. I'll just sit here and watch. He's like, the hell with it, and throws that ring on. Look out, world. Here comes Green Lantern. Basically gets us, yeah, Ohm's like, what, you're going to stop me? I don't see how, boy. He's like, you see this ring? You see this ring?
This ring right here.
Basically, Ohm just like smacks him around, basically getting us to the beginning of the issue again.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know how Ohm wouldn't know who how do people not know who Green Lantern is?
I know, it looks like Hal's costume at this point, so it's like...
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like it might not look like Hal Jordan, but you gotta know it's Green Lantern.
They've seen multiple Green Lanterns at this point.
Okay, okay, you're not the guy with gray in his hair, you're not the redneck, you're not the black guy. Oh, you must be a new guy. But yeah, Alex is like yelling, come on, for God's sake, protect yourself. So he makes a shield, which I guess should have made it non-conducive to electricity.
Yeah.
But yeah, the shield's breaking up. Cal hits him with a battering ram or something. So yeah, he knocks him down and then cuts him out of the armor. Come out of there, Prince Albert.
In a can. Yeah.
I see you run, Mars. So yeah, once he pulls the guy out, he just gives him the old Guy Gardner, knocks him out with one punch. Oh my God, how great would that have been if in that Guy Gardner issue if he found the temple and they're like, oh, you're the chosen one. The great one punch.
One punch man.
The honorable Glassjaw. And so Alex comes running up. She's like, are you all right? He's like, I'm great. I kicked his butt. Well, at least some of the people in the crowd recognize that he's a Green Lantern.
Exactly. I was like...
Although, I guess they think he's Hal, because the one lady's like, I remember you saved me about 5 years ago. And the guy, his hair looked different to you? Like it's a different color?
Yeah, totally different color.
No gray in it?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's hamming it up for the crowd, and then Alex pulls him away. Man, they love that beach, man. Back at the beach. So I guess he's talking about, designing his own costume, and this is where we find out he's a graphic designer, which should help with making constructs.
Perhaps.
And we find out Alex is a fan of the Raiders, I guess. So yes, we get this panel, which I have the original artwork from right over there. The first shot of the new costume.
Nice.
Wow.
See, this at least it makes a little more sense. The mask covers more of his face.
Yeah.
So, it's not like a domino mask or, I can't identify him. I can't see his nose.
Yeah. I can see everything else, but I can't see his nose.
Oh, wait a minute. He hit his nose so no one can pick him out of a lineup.
Oh, nice. Very nice. So, Matt, is this your first time reading Green Lantern 51?
It is, and I remember around this time seeing, maybe I saw the cover, or I just thought, I didn't realize it was a new Green Lantern. I thought it was just updated stats, I guess.
Oh, is that a print?
Yeah. Yeah. I got this on one of the cons. Yeah, Banks signed it.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Yeah, I forget. He had a couple, but I was like, yeah, I want that one. But yeah, I remember this was like, I had been in and out of Green Lantern at this point, but this was like the perfect opportunity because it was like a jumping on point and Quasar just kind of like come to an end. I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, here we go. I'm going to replace my Cosmic book, I guess. Oh, but then at the end, let's not gloss over that. We get a jailbreak at the end, kids.
Yep.
Mongol. Oh, Ray, your favorite Mongol's loose. And he wants revenge on Green Lantern.
And unless I miss my guess, when those guys are walking by, Major Force is in one of those cells, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, because I think he's part of the jailbreak. I mean, we'll see more of that next week, but yeah. Yeah, because Major Force is going to show up, too.
In 54?
Well, yeah. I think he might appear on the last page of 53 too. But yes, Major Force, kids. If you're not like, who is that? Basically, think evil Captain Atom. Mm-hmm. So yes, so Mongol's coming next week, kids. But all humans look alike to him.
Yeah, apparently.
So I'm guessing. I mean, one, someone Hal fought already, but two, it's like, okay, here's a big example of, hey, the ring doesn't have a yellow weakness anymore.
This dude is yellow. Okay.
So
Superman shows up pretty quickly, doesn't he?
I was gonna say, yeah. I know he shows up in 53. I don't know if he shows up in 52 at all. But yeah, so yeah, we'll get some Superman again next week. Oh, Mr. Kona, did you share your thoughts on 51? I think me and Will geeked all over you.
So yeah.
No. I mean, it was a good way to introduce the character on his first adventure / misadventure, and we got to know a little bit more of his personality, and I think it puts the reader in the shoes of, what if you just inherited a Green Lantern ring out of nowhere? Like, what would you do? I mean, he had no clue what was going on with Hal. He thought he just kind of rolled with it, and then immediately tried to get back with his girlfriend, and trying to use it for personal gain, with just assuming he's going to be a hero, and then gets kind of thrust into doing. Basically, his bluff is called. Oh, all right, go do some hero stuff. You made this plan. Let's try it out, and it kind of blowing up in his face for a little bit at the beginning, and sort of falling into his lap. And get fake it till you make it. I guess it's good that he had a villain such as Ohm to go with, but. It'll be interesting to see when the competition heats up how it gets to him.
Yeah, it was a nice first issue where it's like, and he's facing it, a lightweight kind of, but but not next time.
Not next time.
All right. So any other thoughts, or should we? You want to know what we're doing next week?
What are we doing next week?
All right. Like I said, Green Lantern 52 and 53, Mongol, Superman, it's all there. And then Dark Stars 21 through 23. We'll find out where John Stewart is at. So
cool.
And then, yes, in 2 weeks, the refrigerator issue, Green Lantern 54 and 55, Guy Gardner 24, and Dark Stars 24. So, yeah, 0 hour month. So yeah, in 3 weeks, there'll be 3 issues, one of each series, all with a 0.
Number zeros.
Yep. All right.
Nice.
So, I'm going to have to message Ray, because I think they might even I think I requested Green Lantern 52 and 53 for Ray to cover on his Superman podcast. So I have to be like, hey, Ray, your favorite character, and you already read the issue. Send me feedback.
That's right.
All right. So, kids, but you too can send feedback. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter, join the Book of Oa, our Facebook fan group, find links to all of the various social medias for all our shows, links to this YouTube channel, see Babyface Kona, in stunning HD quality. Please, most important, please, if you can, please subscribe to our Patreon. Like we said, Southgate Media Group is no more. We're all paying for this out of our own pockets. The team has put their faith in myself and each other. So please, if you can, please donate. We're going to have a telethon. Please donate or pick up some merch. We've got a new store at Teespring now. But it's the same stuff. Ooh. Cups, t-shirts, phone cases. There's even more stuff than the old site. I'm just going to have to set everything up. So yeah, find links to those. Links to everything we do all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capes and lunatics. All right, Will Allred, master of the core, master of the quantum zone, master of the funny water. Where can people find you? Oh, wait a minute.
They can find me after we find out where Matt.
Yes, that's the master of the funny water, Matt Kona. Matt Kona, master of the funny water.
You can find me at the Quantum Zone, looking at Will's hard work, quantumzone.org, waiting for the next issue of Will's comic to come in the mail. I'm not doing that much. I'm very behind. I mean, I'll occasionally, if you want to talk about the latest issues that we've discussed on Green Lantern or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin or Korean Netflix cringy horror game show dramas, at Matt Kona, at MATTKONA.
Or the master of Boston historical facts.
Suck it, Lilith.
See you later, bunkie.
All right. Sorry, I jumped the gun. All right. Now Will Allred, master of the core, master of the quantum zone, master of the dad jokes. Where can people find you?
You can find me at dad joke. No, it's at Wallred. That's at WALLRED. That's Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and all those places. You can find my self-published work, Crossover Division. There's a picture of it. Crossover Division number 2. I finally got the estimate of when it will be printed, so hopefully it will be back to me for fulfillment by the end of the month, which would be pretty awesome. So you guys don't have much longer to wait. You'll get your issue soon. You can also find me at my work at diaryofnight.com, which is a pretty cool book that I had fun making with artist Gene Gonzalez. And finally, the Quantum Zone at quantumzone.org. You can find all kinds of stuff out about Quasar.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
I'll put it in my navel.
They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices. That's the one. That's the one.
And here you go, Will.
He gives me his bone. The yin to Darkhawk's yang.
Yes, that's a good one, too.
But no, we were talking about dad jokes. I think that's Kona's new brand. That thing needs to be his new brand. Websites, everything. It's like dadjokes.com.
We'll see.
I've got one for you. I think Stace found this one on TikTok. Do you know that it's probably one of the most amazing inventions, like in the last 10 years, is the whiteboard. It's remarkable.
Remarkable.
Yes, that's a good one.
I'm sorry, kids. Join us next time. I'm just as bad. I'm just saying. Come back next week for more dad jokes. More Kyle Rayner. Some dark stuff. Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner walks into a Mongol. And again, we're at the beach. That's right, he's going to move to New York City. He'll leave the beach behind.
It wasn't long after that JLA was launched, right? With Grant Morrison?
I think he was in New York by then. Yeah.
Like it's just a few months from this.
But shh, Will, they're going to have to stay tuned. But until then, kids, don't drink the funny water.
I am Connor from the House of L.
And I am Ray from the House of Zod.
We are two of the many, many survivors of Krypton's destruction, and we have made our home in Australia, and dare I say, have become Australians, for better or worse. But we have also decided to read Superman comics, read Superman books, watch Superman shows, cartoons, movies, basically everything Superman, and from an Australian perspective as well. Whether you're a seasoned fan, like me,
or whether you are coming in fresh, wide-eyed and wanting to learn more like me, then this podcast is for you. Join us for our bi-weekly adventures available on all good podcast catchers.
So just search for Last Sons of Krypton, a Superman podcast. We'll be coming to you from Australia or some cosmic dimension, wherever we are that week. Up,
and away.